Welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. Well, today I'm getting ready to do a review of a new campground that you all haven't seen before, or maybe you have, but it'll be my first review of it. It's Twin Knobs Campground up in Rowan County at Cave Run Lake. We're going to have an awesome time camping out this week. We'll show you the campground, and hey, right now I'm getting ready to do my RV checks, and if you wonder what those are, look up in the card and you'll see a video I did before. These checks will keep you safe on the road, so let's go. So to update you a little bit about this campsite, when you come in the front, okay, there'll be a gate there, okay, and that's where you check in and get your parking tag and all that kind of stuff. What they want you to do is when you park your vehicles, they want you to back in and put this parking tag on your rear view mirror. That way, you know, they can see the tag. So that's really the only thing they really told us we had to do. Now, right after you go through that check-in, okay, you'll drive down the road. It's not even a quarter mile, and the dump station will be on your right. Okay, now when we come into the dump station, there's also fresh water. Okay, so at this campsite there's not water hookups on site. All right, so we will always stop in here at the clean water right at the dump station on this end. Okay, and we'll fill up our freshwater tanks. Okay, there's 2 of them here. And then at the end of our trip, or if we have to dump before the end of the trip, we should be good. But down on that far end, okay, there's 2 dump stations, one on the left and one on the right. Okay, and there's a lot of room here for vehicles to get parked. So, and I can hear, I think mine's about full. So we're going to get this turned off and head down to the site. All right, so coming into the campground, we got a couple little areas here. This one's A area. Okay, and from my best memory, all the sites down on A area have electric hookups. So, you know, if you're looking for electric. Now, a bunch of these different loops, that was A loop, a bunch of these different loops are primitive, okay, and they don't have electric. I'm pretty sure they still have water, not on site, but there are some water faucets here and there. So here's B loop. Now we're going down to J, okay, and J is the last one. So you got A through J. All right, and as you head down through here, I've noticed they've repaved. I mean, it looks like they put a little money in here since last time we came. So they got nice smooth roads. Here's a basketball court as you come in. We've come down here and played before. I see there's some horseshoes. Okay, so if you're looking for something to do other than chilling at the campsite. Alright, we got C and D coming up here. I see we're representing America. That's what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, man, that loop there is representing America. I like it. Like it a whole lot. Looks like every loop down here is representing America. That's what we're talking about. All right, over there, got a little green space. You could probably come up here, maybe set up some badminton. There's some facilities over there to do your business. All right, coming up here on the right, you can see there's a little parking area, and there's a little trail that runs up to, I believe, the Twin Knobs overlook. I can't remember exactly how long that trail is, but we've done it before. It's not too awful long, and I think there's a pretty good view from the top. So, you know, if you want to get a little hike in, you can come down and do that. There's also some trails that run along the lake, you know, so once you get on your site, you can kind of go from those loops and find some of those trails, and they'll lead you down to the lakeside. So, but we're gonna go ahead and cruise up here to J, get parked, and come back and talk to y'all in a little bit. Hey guys, so we're set up now at the campground, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you what these campsites look like. So let's check it out. Number one, every one of them are easy to back in. Okay, and the trees are trimmed good, so you're not going to hang up trying to back in. All right, they have single and double spaces. This one here, I'm going to say it's a single, but as you can see, I mean, look how much room you got. I mean, it's humongous. Nice level pad. All right, you come down here, like I told you all, you don't have water at the site. Okay. But you got 50 amp, 30 amp, okay, and 20. Got you some poles here to hang your lanterns, or you could even string something across there probably and hang out clothes to dry or towels or whatever. Alright, got a nice fire pit. And as you can see, I mean, the crew here, the maintenance crew, they come in, they blow off the leaves. Look, they rake it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look there. They rake the site. Okay, you got a picnic table. Every time, sorry the bugs, every time that we've ever camped here, the campsites have been just, I mean, amazing. I mean, they're amazing. They do such a great job keeping these things clean. I mean, there's nothing I hate more when I move into a campsite and, you know, you get in there and somebody's left all their junk, you know, and all their litter and everything else. So don't be that person. Nobody likes that. You're paying good money to come out and camp. You want to sit back and enjoy yourself, enjoy nature, and you don't want to look at somebody's garbage. Alright, so here's the bathhouse. Basically, you know, you got bathrooms, you got restrooms up here in the front, okay? And then back here in the back, you got the showers. And hey, once again, every time that we've been up here, the showers have been clean. I mean, the campground hosts, they do an excellent job. So if any of you all are watching my video, hey, I appreciate what you're doing up here. It's great. I mean, you know, you come up here in a camp and it's just enjoyable the whole time, you know, because everything's nice and clean and picked up. So I appreciate it, and I know everybody else will too. So I'm gonna head back over to the campsite. Hold on. Check this out. This is how close we are. Alright, that's me set up right over there. When we pulled in, we saw a deer. So this deer right here is right in front of where we're camping at. It's right across the street. Let's see. Whoa. Crazy. I mean, how cool was that? But yeah, so we're set up over here. Bathhouse is right there real close. This is J Loop. And that's probably our favorite loop, because right over that way there's a boat ramp for the campground, and I'll show you all that later. Got America sitting out there, everything's set up, cook station set up back here in the back. Gonna have to do some cooking in a minute. Yeah. Hey navigators, what's going on? So anyway, man, these bugs. I'm out taking a little morning walk here at Twin Knobs Campground, having me a little sip of coffee, and I was walking in one of the loops. Okay, this is I loop, and I was just going to kind of show you what it looks like, you know, in the primitive areas where they don't have the electric. So I mean, number one, you know, all the loops have a bathhouse that's set up just like the ones I showed you before. You know, they got bathrooms in the front, and then in the back, you know, they've got the shower facilities. So they keep them real nice and clean, you know, just real nice if you're camping. I mean, you know, you get to walk into a nice clean area. And in these loops like this, I mean, they're not occupied as much. So, you know, I would say that bathhouse is probably cleaner than some of the other ones because you don't have as much traffic. But let's look here. I'll show you what a campsite looks like. So, you know, as you're coming into it, I mean, you got the same kind of area that you got over there with the other ones, you know, with the electric. But, you know, look at this huge pad here. Nice and level, nice and clean. You know, same as the other ones, you know, minus the electric hookups. You know, they still have water hookups in this area. Or not water hookups, but they got places where you can get water. And, but you know, hey, if you want to come down to tent camp, you'd be good to go. If you were set up to where you got a generator, I'm sure you could come down here and run it. I don't know the hours for that, but I'll look it up here later, or put some links in the description to tell you about it. But you know, whether you're primitive camping or you're, you know, camping with some luxuries, you can't beat this place. And I mean, listen, just really quiet. There's a lot of space between the campsites. You know, you can see how wooded it is. And this is one of our favorite spots, and because of that, just because, you know, you can get, you know, a little bit of seclusion. You got the lake up here that you can play on all day. You got some hiking trails in the area. Okay, we go up to Moorhead, which is, I don't know, it's probably about a 10-15 minute drive up the road. You know, there's where we resupply and get our groceries and stuff. And I gotta tell you, I like this place, and I'll show you around to some more things here in just a little bit. At Twin Knobs Campground, they have their own boat ramp. Okay, so if you're camping down here, only campers get to utilize this, or you can pay a fee, I think, and come down here and launch. But there's not a whole lot of people to compete with when you're launching your boat, so that makes it really good. Plus, I'll show you a little bit better picture here in a minute, but there's tons of parking up there. And if you're camping, a lot of people, they'll come up there, they'll park their boats overnight up there, they'll park their trailers overnight up there, because some people will go ahead and launch their pontoons and stuff, and they'll just, you know, tie them up on the bank and leave their trailers down here, so, and then walk up to their campsites. So I'm gonna walk down here. I'm gonna show you what this ramp looks like, because it's a good one. All right, check it out. Hold on. All right, so there we go. We can see there's somebody getting ready to look like pick up their pontoon. But you know, you got a double ramp, so you know, you can launch multiple boats at a time. And we'll walk down here to the bottom, and I'll show you, you can actually swing around on a little access road and come out there at the end of the ramp. Okay, back up, pick your boat up, and then just come up here and head back to your campsite or whatever you're gonna do. So let's walk down here and we'll check it out. All right, so here's the little access road that you can drive down to the boat launch. Now, over there is Scott's Marina, okay? And over at Scott's Marina, obviously they've got a lot of slips over there, so you got people that rent slips and got boats over there. They also rent boats. I think they rent pontoons. I think they rent some fishing boats. And I think they even rent kayaks, if I'm not mistaken. And this is Scott's Creek. This is where I usually do most of my fishing when we come down here, especially when I got my kayak. So now we'll head down to the beach. All right, you all. So let's say you want to go camping, but you want the beach vacation. So you want to camp, but you want the beach vacation, but you don't live anywhere close to the shore. Well, look here, you got a beach right here, Cave Run Lake. So if you're in Kentucky, you don't want to make that long drive to Florida, man, come up here to Cave Run. Look, got a beach, got people out there swimming. Not a whole lot of sunning going on today. It's overcast, but you know, for August, you can't beat the weather. All right, so like I was telling you, if you want to come up here and do some camping and you're into the water recreation, I mean, check it out. You got people out here, man, got the pontoons going, or ski boats, you got bass boats, you got everything going on. And I mean, look at this view. I mean, look at this view. Got a lot of green space. When we first walked in, we could smell charcoal, and I mean, man, it was it's got me wanting to go back to the campground and get some food. But look, got a big old area here. Now it is open to the public. Now I think you have to pay to get in here, and I think sometimes it really gets crowded down here. But today it is not. So, all right, there you go. All right, so we'll just drive through a typical loop here. Show you what it looks like. This is actually the A area loop. This one does have electric sites. Like I said, there's no water to any of the campground sites, but there are places where you can fill up your freshwater tank. And I don't know if you can see here, there's, you know, they've got parking established around these loops. So, you know, if you got some visitors that want to come up and see you, you know, they got that cool. Then every once in a while, all right, you got you a good trail to the lake. So walk down, check it out. All right, throughout the loops, you know, you'll have a place to take your garbage. We've stayed here in this loop before, and we liked it. Like I said, what's really nice is you know, you can when your kids come down with you, you know, they can just kind of ride around the loops. You've got bathhouses every loop. There's a bathhouse, or sometimes even more than one bathhouse. Like A loop. A loop is pretty big, so it's got multiple bathhouses. So there's been times we stayed down here. If we couldn't get in this one, we just drove down to the other one. Or you can actually drive down to any of the bathhouses. I mean, you don't, they're not dedicated to just one group of campers. You can go down and use any of them. I think here in A area there's actually 3 little areas. So there's 3 little loops within A loop. So if you stayed down here, you can really, I mean, there's 40 sites in A loop. So this A loop is the biggest one. And look, now here's a double. I don't know if you all seen it. Had 2 campers on that one. And then like I said, got some parking spots here along the way for your company. And once again, there's a little trail, and I've been on that trail that runs right down to the lake. So you see a mixture of RVs, you see motor coaches, you see fifth wheels, you see travel trailers, you see tents. I mean, everybody's up here camping, no matter what you got. So don't feel like you can't come up here and set up with whatever you have. We even seen a school bus the other day. So, I mean, man, what an awesome place. Alright, so just driving around here, showing a little footage of some different type spots you got. So, you know, here's just your regular single spot. Okay, now they've also got double spots, and they've got spots that are right on the lake. Like, so right behind that spot right there, I don't know if you all can see the lake over there. Got a little path that I showed you earlier going down to the lake. And then like this spot here is a double. Okay, so if you had somebody else, a buddy or something you wanted to camp with, you all could come up on a double spot. Costs a little bit more, but you split the costs and it don't hurt as bad. So anyway, that's some of the different spots, and like I said, some of the locations are a little bit better. And some of these loops down here, you know, like I told you, they're primitive, so they don't have electric, but don't let that stop you. I mean, we've got people out here rough camping, and there's actually quite a few people down here. Look, these people, they got the lakeside view. You know, you can go straight down to the lake. I've noticed that some people, they'll haul their boats over the bank, sometimes their kayaks, or they'll bring a pontoon, and sometimes they even tie up right down at the lake and just walk up to their campground. Kids, you see all kinds of kids out riding their bikes. There's not a lot of traffic, although we're driving around right now. Not that many people driving around, so you know, if you want to let your kids kind of run around within your camping loop, that seems to be what most people do, and you don't have a lot of worries. What's up, guys? Well, out doing a little navigating, walking alongside the lake, just a short distance down from where my actual campsite is. And I just wanted to show y'all this. There's actually, hold on, let me flip this around. Alright, so there's actually a path that pretty much runs along the lake. Okay, it's well traveled. I mean, you can see it's well traveled. A lot of roots, some rocks, so you know, you want to watch your footing. Nothing to wear. I wouldn't think you would have to wear hiking boots or anything like that unless you were really wanting to get out and do a long walk. I mean, right now I'm just got some hey dude like stuff on, so and that's fine. But what I was going to show you, you know, as you're walking along, there's plenty of places just like this where you can walk right down to the lake. Okay, and I don't know, jump in, cool off, get some really good pictures. You know, just all kinds of stuff you can do, you know. The lake experience is definitely what makes camping up here so great. You know, if you're into boating, sailboating, kayaking, canoeing, jet ski riding, skiing, you know, anything like that, I mean, this is an awesome place to come up, you know. And if you're going to spend some time up here, you can go out on the lake and enjoy a day full of recreating out on the water. You know, or even if you want to fish. Now, this lake is known for its muskie. Okay, I think the state record was caught here. And there's bass, you know, largemouth, smallmouth. I fished up here. You know, it's been pretty good every time I've went. You know, it's like most lake, it's tough. You got to figure the fish out a little bit, but hey, that's what fishing's all about. So, I mean, this place is pretty good. Alright, so here's my review of Twin Knobs Campground, the Daniel Boone National Forest up by Cave Run Lake. First category, accessibility, pros. The campground's just 10 miles off of Interstate 64. It's a real quick trip. The roads are really good. And once you get to the campground, you'll find that the campsites are easy to get to and very wide and easy to back into. Now the cons, if you need groceries, okay, if you didn't bring them, it's going to be a little drive. So Moorhead, Kentucky is the closest place with a large supermarket. It's about half hour. The restaurants, if you want to go out to eat, they're a little bit far too, so you got to travel a little bit. There's not a whole lot in the area. All right, so facilities, pros. There's 199 total campsites. 144 of those have electricity. The campsites do not have water, but there are water faucets throughout the campground. Campsites will accommodate large RVs. Every site is equipped with a picnic table. There are bathhouses on every loop, and they're equipped with flush toilets, showers, and sinks. There is a double concrete boat ramp, okay, that will launch large recreational boats. All right, so cons. It's hard to find anything negative, but I'll tell you one negative. It's the fact that on my last day here, when I'm sitting here drinking my coffee, wanting to chill, I'm listening to this guy walk down the road blowing leaves off of it. I think you can do better than that, because checkout is at 11 and check-in is at 2. There's plenty of time to get everything ready for people coming in at 2 o'clock. So, I don't know. Just one little old thing, but I don't guess it's that big a deal. But that's all I had. Would be nice if the campsite had freshwater access to each site, or even on-site sewage would be nice. It's quite a drive to the dump station. Alright, thanks. Categories. Atmosphere. I found the campground to be very private and relaxing. It was quiet, minus the sounds of nature. Traffic around the campground was limited. Shade was abundant, even on a sunny day. Scenery. Pros. The views around the campground and local area are amazing. There's virtually no litter. They keep the campground really clean. Cons. I didn't really have any. Although, hey, there's always a better view somewhere out there, and that's why I navigate outdoors to find it. Alright, so last things to do. Okay, where do I start? If you're looking for a place with lots of outside activities, this is it. Camping, hiking, fishing, kayaking, canoeing, boating, water skiing, tubing, jet skiing, sunning, okay, relaxing, eating, skipping rocks by the lake. I mean, you name it, man. All kinds of good outdoor activities. All right, cons. If you're looking for things to do outside the great outdoors, okay, opportunities are going to be far and few between, so stay outside. All right, so the final score, we've got a 41, which is a thumbs up in my book. Accessibility, I gave it a 9. The facilities, I gave it a 7, and that was mainly because they didn't have on-site water hookups, and they didn't have the sewage. Atmosphere 9, scenery a 9, things to do a 7. You know, it's on the lake. There's lots of water activities. If you don't have a boat or anything like that, it kind of limits them. There are some trails around. You can play basketball. You can play some horseshoes. You know, but as far as things around the campground itself, like local things to do, there's not a whole lot. So, you know, you're pretty much doing all your activities at the campground. So it's really a big lake vacation camping type atmosphere. But hey, 7's not a bad score. So thumbs up, man. Navigate outdoors, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.